further with Danny Ayalon. He is the former Israeli ambassador to the US and also a former deputy foreign minister. Welcome to TRT World. Great to have you.
My pleasure.
What will the outcome of the latest Israeli election and possibly Netanyahu back there as prime minister, what will that mean for Palestinians and the violence that we are seeing? The latest number we just heard in 24 hours there from our correspondent was 5 deaths.
Yes, well, first of all, it may be a little bit early to tell, although it is quite clear that Netanyahu has won, and really in a sweeping victory. And this is not before he got many more votes than the other bloc, but his bloc was better organized. And because of the threshold laws here and regulations, many parties on the left side did not pass the threshold. It was too fractured. The left was too fractured. The right was very organized. So Netanyahu knows that although he got a clear mandate, still it would be better for him to govern from the center. It has always been more effective. And I think this would be the case this time. As far as the Palestinians issue continue, unfortunately, we do not see any, pass this way this time for any political movement, because we see a real stagnation in the Palestinian side. They have an elderly leader, Mr. Mahmoud Abbas, who has been there out of elections. Last time they had elections was 2006. So for now 15 years, they did not have any elections. So his legitimacy is in question. They're very much also divided between Hamas in Gaza and the PLO in Ramallah. And in the past, we've seen, every time there was any kind of progress, at the last moment, the Palestinians say no, unfortunately, to far-reaching concessions from Israel. So unfortunately, I do not see much hope for now, at least for the foreseeable future. And maybe we'll need to wait for a new and a different Palestinian leadership.
And Danny, how do you think the international community will be reacting to Netanyahu's expected, victory? Because it really is a victory for him, but also for the far right. And what does that mean?
Sure. Well, I would say that they have not minced any words about it, including our best friend and ally, the United States, who said that actually they are waiting to see and hoping that the values, the Western values that unite us together will continue to be manifested by the new government. But it's a wait-and-see approach, and it more depends not on the personalities that Netanyahu will choose for his cabinet, but on the policies and how they conduct themselves. And Netanyahu is very well seasoned, very much experienced. He understands international, the geopolitics. So again, I believe that he will be the one calling the shots. And I believe, again, he will do it in a moderate way.
In a moderate way. And what was the problem before for Netanyahu? We know he keeps coming back. He's called Bibi the magician. But why has he come back again? And what was the problem before?
Yes, well, the problem basically was not so much on policy, but on his personal conduct. You know that he's standing trial. The trial continues. So there is it could be some kind of I would say, constitutional a crisis if he is really convicted. And as a convicted person, he cannot serve as prime minister. Then we'll have to wait and see if that happens, how this will resolve itself. Maybe again, new elections. But the trial goes on, and it may take 3-4 years until the end of his term before the trial finishes. But in any case, this trial is going to hover over him, casting a large shadow throughout this term. And this was the reason why we had so many elections in the last 4 years, because it was always the referendum on Netanyahu. There are those who believe that he is innocent, that he is the right man in the right place in the right time. And there is the other half of the people of Israel who believe that because of the trial, someone who is under trial, someone who has been indicted, cannot really be prime minister. This is the crux. No other issue, no economic issues, no political issues, nothing. This is the main thing. And he managed to win, not so much because he gained more votes. The votes were pretty much split, but because his camp was much more organized, much more motivated. Certainly, he was very much motivated to win. And on the other side, they were split in so many ways, splinters, that they lost hundreds of thousands of votes that could not be counted because they didn't pass the threshold.
Danny Ayalon, fantastic to speak to you. Thank you so much for breaking it all down for us. Former Israeli ambassador to the US and a former deputy foreign minister. Thank you once again.